Hey, everybody. I know everybody knows at this point that Trump was in South Carolina, had a rally the other day, and it was off the chain explosive with just the amount of people that showed up. They said there was as many as 15,000 waiting in line at one point. That's crazy, folks. But at any rate, it all went off without a hitch, with one exception. The exception that Lindsey Graham, there being that it was his home state, he thought he should get up there and say a few words. And not even in his home state was he welcomed. He was booed for almost the entire time he was up there trying to speak. That tells you how us Trumpers feel about Lindsey Graham. We know Lindsey Graham's track record. We know what he's like. We know he likes to backstab Trump. We know how he never votes down party lines when it comes to giving the Democrats what they want in these $1 trillion packages. He's always one of the first Republicans to sign on board. He is Mitt Romney 2.0, as far as I'm concerned. Let me go ahead and jump into this video clip, and I got a couple other clips that I wanted to bring to y'all. Got Jen Psaki lying her ass off today, trying to spin something, and I'll show you how much of a spin it is, and we'll get to that here directly. So stick around to the end, folks. Hope everybody's enjoying their, hopefully having some time off due to this holiday, and I hope everybody is going to have a happy 4th.
Under fire, and that's in South Carolina. I spent the weekend at home, and I'll say this, the only thing I got going for me is 90% of the South Carolinians.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome United States Senator Lindsey Graham.
I was born in this county. I live 15 miles down the road.
Well, I want to talk to the Trump supporters for a minute. I don't know who you are, and I don't know why you like this guy. He's going to take all the problems of the world and put them in a box and make your life better. That's what he's selling. Here's what you're buying. He's a race-baiting, xenophobic, religious bigot. And you know how you make America great again? Tell Donald Trump to go to hell. I think his campaign is opportunistic, race-baiting, religious bigotry, xenophobia. Other than that, he'd be a good nominee. I hadn't spent any time on the Clinton email investigation, and I don't want to try her. Can you imagine what it'd be like to go back and try your political opponent? If you can't admire Joe Biden as a person, that's probably, you got a problem. He is as good a man as God ever created. Joe Biden and
I had to stop that there for a second. I cannot believe he said that. Joe Biden is as good a man as anybody he's ever met.
Kamala Harris are lawfully elected and will become the president and the vice president of the United States on January the 20th. I don't believe the election was stolen.
You don't believe the election was stolen. Do you want Donald Trump, if he is looking ahead to 2024, to stop saying that?
If he runs for president, talking about 2020 is not what people want to hear.
It sounds like you're saying point blank, Donald Trump, please stop saying the 2020 election was over.
I'm telling President Trump, if you want to be president in 2024, focus on solving the problems Americans are living with. He's told me 1,000 times, and everybody else, I didn't collude with no Russians. Well, we'll find out whether that's true or not. This is for Mr. Mueller to determine. We're not going to stop looking at the president because he claims the New York Times was fake news.
That's awful funny. I don't hear Lindsey Graham squawking up at all about Joe Biden investigation. As a matter of fact, he's been quiet as a church mouse about Joe Biden because Lindsey Graham is always doing business with Joe Biden when it comes to being willing to push his crap through these infrastructure packages and all these attempted voter repeal acts. Lindsey Graham is not on our team. He is beyond a rhino. Might as well call him a Democrat in disguise at this point.
You say that Mueller is a good guy, right?
That's been my experience, yes.
And you'll do anything necessary to protect him from being interfered with when it comes to doing his job.
Absolutely.
We have now evidence that Hunter Biden's communicating in some kind of business deal that's gotten off track. Tapes regarding Hunter Biden and Joe Biden, phone call potentially to somebody in Ukraine. I don't know if that's accurate or not. Let me just say this. I've known President Biden for a long time. I don't think I'd be shocked if there's anything sinister here. I think Liz Cheney is an invaluable member of the Republican Party. No.
If that doesn't say it all, nothing does, folks. I'm sure Lindsey Graham will be probably endorsing Trump, but at the same time, he's more of a Ron DeSantis type. He is more uniparty, more establishment, more Liz Cheney, Mitt Romney type than almost anybody in the Senate. He is the ringleader over there in the Senate. Him and old Chucky Schumer are really the ones running the show over there at this point, and it's part of the problem with this country is the people at the top tiers of our institutions are just like this guy right here and her.
Well, I don't want her to go anywhere. I think she should stay in leadership from my point of view because her voice is very important for the Republican Party.
And folks, I am from South Carolina. God bless President Trump. God bless America.
All the time they want to take your place.
Tell me what you think about that video, folks. I just thought that was definitely worth sharing.